The blue jay, Cyanocida cristata, is a passerine bird in the family Corvidae, native to eastern North America. It lives in most of the eastern and central United States. Some eastern populations may be migratory. Resident populations are also in Newfoundland, Canada. Breeding populations are found across southern Canada. It breeds in both deciduous and coniferous forests, and is common in residential areas. Its coloration is predominantly blue, with a white chest and underparts, and a blue crest. It has a black, U-shaped collar around its neck and a black border behind the crest. Males and females are similar in size and plumage does not vary throughout the year. 4 subspecies have been recognized. The blue jay feeds mainly on seeds and nuts, such as acorns, which it may hide to eat later. 2. Soft fruits, arthropods, and occasionally small vertebrates. It typically gleans food from trees, shrubs, and the ground, and sometimes hawks insects from the air. Blue jays can be very aggressive to other birds. They sometimes raid nests and have even been found to have decapitated other birds. 3. It builds an open cup nest in the branches of a tree. Both sexes participate. The clutch may be 2 to 7 eggs, which are bluish or light brown with darker brown spots. Young are altricial, and are brooded by the female for 8 to 12 days after hatching. They may stay with their parents for 1 to 2 months. The name jay derives from the bird's noisy, garrulous nature and has been applied to other birds of the same family, which are also mostly gregarious. 4. Jays are also called jaybirds. The blue jay occurs from southern Canada, including the southern areas of provinces from Alberta eastward to Quebec and throughout the Atlantic provinces, and throughout the eastern and central United States south to Florida and northeastern Texas. The western edge of the range stops where the arid pine forest and scrub habitat of the closely related Steller's jay, C. stelleri, begins, generally in the eastern foothills of the Rocky Mountains. Recently, the range of the blue jay has extended northwestwards so that it is now a rare but regularly seen winter visitor along the northern U.S. and southern Canadian. The northernmost subspecies C. circa bromia is migratory, subject to necessity. It may withdraw several hundred kilometers south in the northernmost parts of its range. Thousands of blue jays have been observed to migrate in flocks along the Great Lakes and Atlantic coasts. It migrates during the daytime, in loose flocks of 5 to 250 birds. Much about their migratory behavior remains a mystery. Young jays may be more likely to migrate than adults, but many adults also migrate. To date, no one has concretely worked out why they migrate when they do. Likely, it is related to weather conditions and how abundant the winter food sources are, which can determine whether other northern birds will move south. 25. The blue jay occupies a variety of habitats within its large range, from the pine woods of Florida to the spruce fir forests of northern Ontario. It is less abundant in denser forests, preferring mixed woodlands with oaks and beeches. 15. It has expertly adapted to human activity, occurring in parks and residential areas, and can adapt to wholesale deforestation with relative ease if human activity creates other means for the jays to get by. The blue jay is a noisy, bold, and aggressive passerine. It is a moderately slow flyer, roughly 32 to 40 kilometers per hour, 20 to 25 miles per hour, when unprovoked. 27. It flies with body and tail held level, with slow wing beats. Its slow flying speeds make this species easy prey for hawks and owls when it flies in open areas. Virtually all the raptorial birds sympatric in distribution with the blue jay may prey upon it, especially swift bird hunting specialists such as the accipiter hawks. Diverse predators may prey on jay eggs and young up to their fledgling stage, including tree squirrels, snakes, cats, crows, raccoons, opossums, other jays and possibly many of the same birds of prey who attack adults. The blue jay can be beneficial to other bird species, as it may chase predatory birds, such as hawks and owls, and will scream if it sees a predator within its territory. It may occasionally impersonate the calls of raptors, especially those of the red-tailed and red-shouldered hawks, possibly to test if a hawk is in the vicinity, though also possibly. Additionally, the blue jay may raid other birds' nests, stealing eggs, chicks, and nests. However, this may not be as common as is typically thought, as only 1% of food matter in one study was bird material. 25. Despite this, other passerines may still mob jays who come within their breeding territories. When a blue jay is agitated or angry, the blue crest atop its head will rise. It will lower when the bird is relaxed or calm. Blue jays, like other corvids, are highly curious and are considered intelligent birds. Blue jays are omnivorous, but the Audubon Society estimates that 75% of their diet is vegetable matter. 34. They have strong black bills which they use for cracking nuts, usually while holding them with their feet, and for eating corn, grains and seeds. In Florida, blue jays were dominated at feeders by eastern gray squirrels, Florida scrub jays, common grackles and red-headed woodpeckers, all of which were occasionally observed to aggressively prevent the jays from feeding. Any suitable tree or large bush may be used for nesting, though an evergreen is preferred. The nest is preferentially built at a height in the trees of 3 to 10 meters, 10 to 33 feet. It is cup-shaped and composed of twigs, small roots, bark strips, moss, other plant material, cloth, paper, and feathers.